Blizzard is ramping up their measures against toxic behavior, while trying to give positive feedback more of an impact. But they're also recognizing their own responsibility in all of this. Let's have a look. Hey guys, I'm Dimsies from the Omnic Post. It is confession time. I still enjoy playing Overwatch in general. I mean, after a losing streak or after playing a match alongside yet another Moira or Kiriko that has done 3 digits of healing, I do wonder why I keep punishing myself. Which is the messy puzzle that my shrink will get to fix. Good on them. But overall, I still enjoyed the game so many years in. However, there has been one thing that has been dragging down that experience for me overall, and at an increasing rate over the last few years. And it is not balancing, it's not certain game modes or maps. My major problem are the other players. Yeah, I know, it's weird, but let me explain. The negative and toxic behavior in the games in general over the last few years have just been getting worse. And I personally attribute it to the fact that the game has been going free to play, which brought in a lot of players that have no skin in the game. No pun intended, but kind of appropriate. Huh. They didn't pay, so they have nothing to lose. They're just there to ruin everybody's day. And then there's Overwatch and Blizzard in general's reputation. The downfall that everybody keeps talking about. The lack of trust in the developer, people feeling exploited, even betrayed. And I'm not saying that all of these comments are factual, that people are correct in their assumptions. But as I've said many times before, perception is very important. Especially when it determines behavior, because in the end we all live in our heads. And a third factor is the state of our society, and online specifically. But it all kind of drags down the experience of playing Overwatch. Which is sad. Those really wholesome moments that we used to have so many of back in the starting days seem to have gotten a lot less. And especially at the end of a season. That is not a good time to play Overwatch, trust me. And you know what? To be honest, to a certain extent, I don't think we have any choice but to accept it. But that doesn't mean we can't push back. And Blizzard can't help us pushing back. And in fact, they have. In the last few seasons, they have been ramping up the measures against that toxic behavior. They have been introducing some features that combat. On one hand, by helping us to avoid certain situations that might trigger people. Like the group respawn, for instance, is a good example of that. But also by punishing those that create these situations. Like levers and toxic keyboard heroes. And then they remove those that just want to ruin the experience altogether, aka cheaters. In the latest blog post, the Overwatch team laid out a whole line of features that they're planning to do in the coming seasons, starting with season 9. And let's start out with the positive stuff. Endorsements. An early attempt that started way back in Overwatch 1 and that kinda missed the ball. But over the last few seasons, they have been making some improvements to that system. Like keeping into account that you're in a group, for instance. Back in the day when you're grouped up with friends, because of the decay, you would see your endorsement level go to endorsement hell levels. Now a few seasons ago, they removed that decay. They also made it easier to reach those higher levels. And in season 9, they're going to go one step further. You will actually be able to vote for your friends, which was not able up till now. And that might not feel like a substantial change, but I think in player psychology, it is going to have a rather substantial result. We'll see. Now, if you could raise the rewards for these endorsement levels a tiny bit, I think we might have a system that we can work with. A second thing they discussed in that blog post were the lever penalties, specifically those for quick play. And no, they're not removing them. If anything, they're actually expanding them to mystery heroes and that new Mastery Gauntlet mode that they're releasing in season 9. Good. I'm kind of sick and tired of all the excuses I've been hearing from levers. But you need to realize that you're playing with other human beings. You're not special. You are not the chosen one. You need to keep in mind the impact of your decisions on other people. It's really not that hard. You're entitled little shits. Anyways, next up, cheaters. The next level of entitled little shits. Cheaters are people that are so bad at the game, but yet so desperate for attention that they need software to shoot that little dwarf man that is setting up a turret right around the corner. Good on you. But Blizzard has banned 380,000 Overwatch 2 accounts because they were cheating. 380,000. Are you kidding me? That is a lot of small peepees out there. Seriously though, invest the money that you spend on those cheats and the time you put in there in something useful. Cancer research, plant a tree, anything. And on top of that, they banned 35,000 accounts of people that were knowingly grouping up with cheaters. Oopsie! Like, one of the advantages of just being a plat player is that there's a lot less cheaters around. Because if you are using cheats and you're still stuck in platinum, yeah, you might need to check if your PC is turned on. Because that's not normal. On the other hand, I've been accused of cheating while playing Mei. Look, Tracer, if you're just going to stand still 6 feet ahead of me and shoot at me, I'm going to shoot you in the face. It's simple. That's not cheating. You need to move. Which brings me to the next topic. Toxic chat. Blizzard has on one hand been following up a lot closer with all of the reports. I've seen a lot of these reports come back as confirmed. And they've also become noticeably more strict about the things you can say in chat. What they consider friendly banter or what is toxic. In other words, they have been bringing down that ban hammer a lot faster lately. And some find that unjust. They find that they were banned for no good reason. That what they said was not that bad. And on one hand, Blizzard agrees that they still make too many mistakes when it comes to these reports and whatnot. And one of the things they want to do is give the people that receive these bans more transparency of what they said exactly that triggered the ban. Which is good to hear. I think this is a very important step in that whole process. Transparency. It should show that it is repeat behavior. Because, you know, everybody in the moment of the heat can sometimes type something in chat that they regret a few seconds later. The thing is, of course, that some people will go beyond what is reasonable to try and save their own backside. I've seen examples of people going into the tickets and changing everything that was said in the ticket through their browser, taking a screenshot of that, posting it on Reddit, and claiming that they were banned or silenced for saying Apple, for instance. But then a Blizzard employee will join in on that discussion and post the actual screenshot of the ticket, and at which point the original poster deletes their accounts and kind of disappears under a rock in shame. It's so funny. People are weird. My advice would be, if you got too worked up, count to 10 and log off. Because whatever you have to say is not going to make any difference. Chances are that you're wrong and you're not coming over as smart as you think you do. My advice would just be, move on. I get that comment often during my streams that I'm chill and they wonder how I don't get worked up in certain situations. And the answer is simple. In my head, I'm smashing my desk till it explodes in splinters. But with age comes a certain sense of, who gives a f***? In other words, what I'm saying here is that we all should just grow older. That will make the game a lot better. Now seriously, I do appreciate the effort that Blizzard is putting into this, but in the end, it's up to us as players to behave and set an example for other players. Be kind to each other. It's not that difficult. Be nice. Come on. Anyways, tell me, what do you think about all of these changes that they're doing? Let me know in the comments. A big thank you to my patrons for their support. You guys are legends. And you too can become part of this family over on patreon.com/theomnicpost. Check out this video I did earlier this week on the collaboration with Cowboy Bebop. But above all, make sure to subscribe. Alright, guys, take care of yourself, take care of each other. Bye bye.